Hey, everybody. Hold on just one second. Sorry, I forgot to tell Huxley something. Well, hello. And also, yes, mods, thank you for being here. Look at how many people are here. Joy Lee, I'm gonna scroll back down or I'm gonna get behind. Hey, Liz Tricks. Yeah, mods, thank you. I really do appreciate you. Hey, Yorkie Mom. Muffet Lou, I feel like I haven't seen you for a little bit. Good to see you, babe. Hey, Mama E. Robin Miners is still in Canada. Hey, D. Okay, going back down. Kestrel's here. Charcoal Ninja. Panky update. It's about the same, guys. It's been about the same. Hey, Panda 3000. I'm so glad I got to see you this week, Allie. It's been about the same. Just that medication is really helping. I just can tell that JL set free. Welcome in. I can tell. Hey, Susie with an S. Hey, Renee B, Joy Lee. I can just tell it's not healed. And I'm really trying. I'm not eating a lot. I think I'm losing weight because I'm not eating very much at all. I don't want to eat, quite honestly, because I know that it irritates it. I can feel it irritating it. I haven't had coffee in like a week now. I haven't had anything acidic. Instead of coffee in the mornings, if I feel like it, I just drink some like chamomile tea with honey. I don't know if that's good or bad, but just something hot to sip on. And then sometimes I feel like something cold because it burns. Hey, MLG Gamer. Jane Aldrich. Thank you, Jane. Hey, Christy Lynn Wilson. HC from LBC. Hey, Marie Marion. Jessamine's here. Aspire to Inspire. Sherry Taylor. Natalie Strasser. Gina Barrows. Hey, babe. Usually replay crew. Well, thanks for being here. And thanks for being on the replay. You do, Pam. You do. And I'm really enjoying it. Love you, Panda 3000. Thank you, Robin Miners. Hey, Inner Sparkle Monkey. Barbara Aldrich is here. Buffy, you changed your name again. Barbara Waite, the Panky seems to be doing okay. God, Joanne is hilarious. I'm never going to forget that. Stacy Toms, Kim's Whims, Jamie Palmer's here. Jessica LaBarber. Okay, I knew I recognized your picture, babe. Okay, thank you for identifying yourself. Jason P, love you, brother. Love you, mods. Hey, Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. Hey, Victoria. Victoria, you were with me when I got this. Tammy Kennelly, Armine. Thank you, Armine. You're a little baby angel. Jen Pookie. Aline is here. It is Renee B. Hey, Linda. Stacy Toms had a colonoscopy yesterday and thought of you while I did the prep on Monday. Almost pooped my pants a couple of times. Thank you for sharing that with us, Stacy. And I'm really happy that it was an almost, because like I said, I've lost a lot of good underwear in the last few weeks. And I loved those underwear and we shall miss them. But a lot of you pitched in and gave me money to buy new ones, such as Alicia. I think Linda bought a sock. That was really nice. Hey, Joanne Hawley. Wendy Ramirez is here. Thank you. My God, you look amazing for having such an angry Panky. Well, you guys know I'm as deep as a puddle. Hey, Gemini girl, Jojo Bananas, Robin W, Nancy Jane. I'm as deep as a puddle, guys. I'm incredibly shallow. These are my biggest concerns. If I were to be in a hospital bed, I want to make sure I look my best, right? And if I'm going to be sicky, you can kind of tell, like you can see the sweaty. I get sweaty. Like it's weird. It may be perimenopause, but it's interesting that it just happened with this pancreatitis. And I think like the ER doctor said, it's the pain. The pain causes your pores. It causes you to sweat. So I'm all like shiny, like a soul food cook. Hey, Angel. Kim is blue. Hey, Ellie. Your hair looks nice like that. You look good with short hair. Well, Ellie, it's actually, I did get quite a bit cut off when I got it cut recently, but it's still long. You know, I often think about that. I'm like, should I cut my hair short? Like, what if I cut it? I think I'm really behind in the chat. I am. What if I cut it like super short? I won't do it because I'm afraid, obviously. But also, hey, Leslie D. I know you're wiped out, but you look beautiful. Thanks, Les. Hey, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. I remember your try on. It was epic because I got totally naked. Meredith Lynn. Thank you, babe. What was I just saying? Oh, if I were to cut it off, it would take years to grow it back. So I never have the courage to do it. But I'm like, maybe I should, because I never wear it down really anyway. I just wear it up. But when I do wear it down, people are always like, that looks like a lion's mane. I love your hair. And then I can't do it. So we'll get back. We'll circle back. Jennifer P. Linda McMillan. Okay, Linda, have fun in London. That's incredible. Say hi to Armine while you're there. Hey, Copper Top, Mama Smurf. Dark Roast. It's a low key big deal. I don't use the word low key together like that, but you did, and I read it for you. Thank you, Angel. Do you feel unbearably hot when you're sweating? It might be a hot flash. I do not. No, I'm not usually hot at all. C. Cotter. It's Carolyn Cotter. Okay, that works for me. I know who you are. Hey, Carolyn Cotter. Thanks for being here, babe. Short hair is so much easier and cooler. Be a lot cooler if you did, Pam. Keep it long, then you have the choice, says Liz. Yeah, Panky and perimenopause. Panky pause. Oh my God. I'm scared. I'm a little frightened about this. I'm scared to go back on my medication after I see the doctor next week, because if it's what caused the angry Panky, then I don't want to be right in this world. Jamie Palmer loves her short hair, and Buffy chops her hair off for summertime because it gets hot here in the Pacific Northwest. Hey, DNV, if you don't feel hot, then it's not a hot flash. It's an angry Panky. Yes, I think it's disgruntled. Yeah, she's disgruntled. And it makes sense because I'm a little bit dramatic myself. So why wouldn't my organs be, right? Like, why wouldn't they try to kill me? Puka Vista, I'm happy to see you, babe. Hot flashes get 0 stars from me, though it drives me to get hormone help. So there is that. Yeah, I get that, Jessica LaBarber. Hey, Viggy Cat. It's a whole thing. Hey, Mama Smurf. It's I need to talk to them if they will let me dark roast. I went there with my mom today and it was full. Like, the whole store was full. They got a bunch of cute new stuff in already, but I don't know if I'm allowed to have a booth in there, and I need to talk to the owner about it. Okay. I'll show you real quick, dark roast. I got this with the Nashville meetup in a bell buckle store, and I just put it with like a bandeau. This thing is just like kind of a bra type thing. I didn't know, but it's weird. You may not like it because it's got a really low crotch. It's like harem pants, but it's a overalls. I actually got it in 2 different colors, and I'm kind of like it, but I'm also kind of single, and I don't know if I would wear this if I wasn't. So I like to pull it up like a jogger. But you could also probably wear them all the way to the ground, but like, see where the cooter is? It's way down here. Like, my cooter's here and it's down here. Now, I am long waisted, so it's actually not that crazy, but I think they're super cute. I really like them. And again, I kind of like to do this and wear them a little bit like a jogger, but honestly, as I look at it on camera, I don't know. And I think it'd be cute with a little jean jacket. It's just fun around the house. And if you're single, like such as me, someone like myself, for example. Hey, Zoe. Wow, I'm happy to see you, babe. Thank you, Tammy. I think they're cute. They're comfortable. Thanks, Deb. Yeah, Jojo. I just think they're kind of fun. And I don't know if they were made locally. Hey, Holly. But I thought they were a fun little summer outfit. And quite honestly, we could probably go into the fall with these, with like a nice, cute long sleeve, maybe like an Ugg slip-on. I kind of see that. I know that you're saying no right now, but how many times have we said no, but we really meant yes once we saw it? I mean, let's raise our hands. Hey, Rachel, my lawyer friend Denise is back again. Yeah, Jamie Palmer. I've said no to certain things, but then we try it, kind of like that little denim dress I got the other day. And Christy was like, let's belt that. I was like, no, it's too weird to belt. She belts it. And I was like, yes, I would never not belt this. What are you doing with your life? Hey, old Charlie. So I don't know, but I feel like a cute little Ugg slip-on might be cute. Tony's Hooter. I wasn't crazy about the dropped crotch at first, but I see them trending now, says Victoria. And I'd really like to hear that from others. You looking really nuff today, Reese? What the hell does that mean, Charlie? Is this good or bad? What are you kids saying now? I need Huxley to translate. I'm looking nuff. What is nuff? Charlie, come on, man. You're scaring me. Is this just like some new age thing? It's an Aussie thing. Is it like fair dinkum? Is it like that? Hey, rocks in a box. And look at baby steps. Thank you for gifting memberships. I love Rhonda McNeil. Thanks, Rhonda. I love when you guys do that. It's really kind. And thank you. Everybody appreciates it. Thank you, baby steps. I have a pair of black harem pants. I love the little crotch. You know, I had a pair of them actually years ago. Well, what are you doing there? And they were by Eileen Fisher. Hey, Eric. Hey, Sassy Cinderella. That's Olga. I love Eileen Fisher stuff, and I found a lot of it in thrift stores in Kansas City. What are you doing? Did you know that you were extra everything? Extra fun. I was going to say extra jolly, but you're really not. But she does love to go to grandma's. We're going to do that this evening, hopefully, when the heat dies down. I have a pair of harem pants that are black that were Eileen Fisher. I must have gotten 15 years ago, and I wonder where they are. I don't think I got rid of them, but they are silly. They're harem pants, so it's kind of weird. Hey, Lumen, but oh, Beatrix. But that's a lot of Beatrix, that's extra. And we were saying that just a minute ago, weren't we? We were saying how extra that you were today. Excuse me. But also what I was saying was earlier today, it would be great if we could brush your hairs. And she said, absolutely not. I don't have that kind of time. And I said, well, we're not asking you to wash the hairs. Maybe just even take a brush to the hairs. And she said, no, you trimmed my bangs the other day, and I already didn't have time for that slot, but you did it anyway, and I just don't have time for brushes or washes. Okay. Hey, Shell, but you do choose to look like a frosted mini-wheat with eyes. Really dainty these days. Incredible, Ginger. Just incredible. That's a lot of extra sass, Pepper. Oh. Kissing the footy paw. Smelling the footy paw? Oh, my God, that's dramatic. Learner for life, welcome in. Sorry, guys, but we have to. Hey, Trixie. Well, every time she puts it up, we have to. It's just the way the Lord wanted it. And she says, I was born next to Christ. You have to. All right, well, we'll see you later, Beatrix. Thanks for making an appearance, girl. Buffy, that was for you. I had a pair of those pants that I got from the Renaissance Festival. Broke my arm going down the stairs in them. That's a twist of events right there. That took a dark turn, MLG Gamer. And God, I couldn't be more sorry. Thank you, Trixie. That's god awful. And again, that's just a dark story that changes the events for the day, changes the high point of the day to a more low point, if you will. And I hope that doesn't happen to any of us. My health insurance sucks, and I'm about to get hit up with a huge bill from that stupid ER last week. So let's hope that I don't trip in these harem pants and break my leg or my vagina. Hey, Susan Cook. Good afternoon. So for how weird this might sound. What sounds weird? Tell us. Share with us, Susan. Speaking of weird. Oh, it's a lot, Shelly. Gertie is Olga. Gertie is a whole vibe. She is an entire. That's why I say she's a lot of extra. Like, I know that's a thing that the kids say these days, but I mean it. Well, who's this now? Hey, Ruth Anna B. Reezy. Hi, Reezy. Let me know when you find us a real nice place to move in together. It's a package deal. Parker. Oh, I know who this is. Parker and mom included. That's Parker's mom, you guys. Parker is famous now, if you remember. That's the 6-year-old that we said hi to yesterday. She's apparently really excited that she's a famous person now. And so let's just highlight that again and say hello to Parker, because She's famous, and she's the human version of Gertie. Yeah, it's a lot of extra. It's a lot of extra there. Are you still getting your tattoo? Baby steps. I'm glad you asked. Yes, I plan to get it next week. I had an appointment last Wednesday to go at noon. And that was the day I went to the ER. I actually was going to try to go to the ER in the morning and make the tattoo in the afternoon because that's a bit of a Scientology thing. Look at everybody saying hi to Parker. That's so cute. Hey, Rachel Stone. And the guy texted me and he said, can you come in at 2? And I said, I actually think I'm really sick and I'm sicker than I thought. I'm in a lot of pain. And he said, I don't want you coming in here if you're really sick. I didn't know what I had yet. And I said, okay. And he said, let's just keep hey, ghostwriter, I had an appointment for this week for the second follow-up session because we're going to break it up. And he said, let's just keep that appointment as your first appointment. So that was a long answer to a short question. Yes, I'm still getting the tattoo and I intend to get it next week. You guys all gave me birthday money for that. So I'm going to put it toward it. And I hope it's the right decision. I wanted to tell you I'm adding to it at the top. Thank you for your super chat. 444. Those numbers just have meant, I know, B Reezy, those numbers have meant a lot to me lately. And it's kind of, to me, means God, and it means angels are all around you. So I'm going to add that to the top just kind of as an extra thing. And couldn't be more excited about that. I just hope. Hey, Nicole Hazel Miller. I hope it's not. Yeah, Shell, he did. Here's the thing I'm worried about. I'm glad you brought that up. I love that dark roast. Here's the thing, guys. Do you like my arm naked? Like one arm having, I don't want to be, hey, Ty Mark. I thought about that too, Jamie Palmer. I don't want to be like tatted. I'm not looking to be like, that's a good question, Kim is Blue. And I have an appointment on Monday. I will ask him. I'm actually glad you brought that up. Thanks, Ty Mark. I really want this tattoo, but here's my thing. It's going to take up pretty much from here to here. So it's like going to be my entire arm. This just takes up this kind of middle part, and I like that. Thanks, old Charlie. Is that cool with you guys? Like, I don't want to, I love people who get fully tatted. I'm not making, is this thing falling down or is it just me? No? Okay. I'm not making fun of people with tattoos. Why would I make fun of people with tattoos? I love tattoos. But okay, Rachel Sandy says, I love a good half sleeve. Is it okay with you guys that it's going to, how about the tattoo on the back of one shoulder? You know, Barbara, wait, I have a tattoo actually. I forget about it. I got that when I was 18, those little cherries. Thank you, Yadira. I don't care about back tattoos or like anything like that. I want to be able to see it. And I hate that tattoo because one, it's stupid. It's cherries, but it has no meaning. Yeah, it is, Victoria. But the other thing is I can't see it and I want to appreciate the work. Like I love these because they make me think of Fred. Like all of these make me think of Fred and they have meaning to them. And yeah, Jojo. So it's going to cover this whole upper arm. The only thing is, thank you, Ghostwriter. I like that. Wendy says it doesn't matter as long as you are happy. I could, Barbara Waits. Rachel says, I never understood people getting tattoos in a place where they can't see their own tattoo. I like to see it. I like to see the work. It just as I am, my tattoos have like a lot of meaning to them, which I'm not saying yours don't. I'm saying though, mine have a lot of, Pam. Oh my God, that was so funny. I'm not second guessing it, Ty Mark. I'm just wondering if I should get it smaller, but my tattoos have so much meaning to them. And this one is going to have a lot of meaning behind it for my future and my past. Hey, Lori Lee. So I want to be able to see this one. I'm excited about it. I think my hesitation too is I'm a little nervous. This is going to be painful and it's going to be bigger than any tattoo I've had. This one alone took like 6 hours and I'm kind of babyish when it comes to that. Hey, honey Lou. So it's a big commitment. I know I want it and I'm excited about it. That's a good idea, Zoe. I just don't want to is it, yes, time mark it is. I don't want to tattoo my lower arms. Like I already have this here, which is fine, but I don't want like lower arm tattoos. I'm also weird about leg tattoos. I think I've said this. I don't know why. I don't like the look of a leg tattoo. I just don't like the way it looks. It's just a thing for me. It's personal preference. So I think I'm about done. There's one more biblical one I kind of want to get where maybe I'll get the writing of the scripture, hey, self-love club. I was thinking about even on my side, which nobody's going to see but me, but that's kind of why I want it there, to be honest. It's for me. Um, yeah, Zoe. What is on my wrist? This is something that Fred used to sign his cards. When Fred would sign his cards, that was his handwriting. Your number one admirer, Fred. That's exactly what he would write. Your number one admirer, Fred. And so I had that put there. Yeah, Jamie, I don't know what it is. I'm just not a big fan of leg tattoos. So again, I might get this biblical. It was the I can't remember exactly what it said. It was the necklace that Abigail sent me for my birthday and it said something like God is always with her, she will not fail or she will not fall. She will not fall, I think is what it was. Abigail, are you in here? I think she is. I can't remember. Yes, Buffy, I can't remember. I want one right there. Did it hurt? Ty Mark, I have one on my foot that really hurt. I was told wrist tattoos really, really hurt. It did not hurt. Not for me. This was not a big deal and it was done in 20 minutes. I was shocked. When he started on it, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. I really thought it was going to hurt more. I have one on the top of my foot and that really hurt. And I think it was 19 or 20 when I got it. It really hurt. So no, I would be afraid to get something maybe on my side. I think I'd be afraid to get like this underarm tender skin, maybe. I don't know though. Everybody's pain tolerance is different. Hey, Irish Mart. The wrist was really sore, but I am tough. See, I didn't have an issue. I didn't have an issue with that. Feet are worse than ribs. A lot of people say who have tattoos, like my just not just as I am. I want to call you by your real name. Third Eye Open. She's covered in tattoos. She's my mod, Love and Life. Hey, babe. And you guys know her. She loves tattoos. Like there are people out there like her that like they can go to sleep getting tattoos. I am not that person. I can handle it, but I don't love it. It hurts. It hurts really bad. It's the equivalent to me. I always feel like I'm under a sewing machine. Uh JT from OK, it's overalls. Thank you. Yeah, it's a pair of overalls. Um I feel like I'm under a sewing machine and I hate that. And I don't like needles and it sucks. It hurts, but I mean, you do it. Yeah, Jojo loves getting them done. Yeah. My husband has his entire back done. I could never. Now I will say this, entire back like portraits or like big pictures of stuff. I Yeah, copper are cool. I think they're really, really cool when they're elaborate and especially because you have that kind of space on your back. I just don't think it's for me. I don't, it doesn't speak to me. Like I just don't, it doesn't work. I don't care, but I think they're cool and I can appreciate them very much. My tattoos are going to be a collage of small ones going up from my left wrist to my shoulder. That's cool, Jamie Palmer. And that's the other thing, guys. They're not cheap. If you get a good artist, they're not cheap as they shouldn't be. You know, you get what you pay for. Um, oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Buffy. You shared it too. God is with her. She will not fall. Yes. I really, really loved that verse. And I think I haven't decided. That's the other thing about tattoos for me. I sit and think on them, on what I want for months, if not years. Like I waited, hey, whine a little bit more to get these quotes from Fred. I waited a long time. It wasn't, hey, Amy Edge, love you, Time Mark. It was a long time thought process. I don't usually just go get a tattoo. Like it's something I have to kind of like really think about. What's the font I want it in? Where do I want it placement wise, size wise? And I know all of you probably do the same thing. I'm kind of funny about it and I really think about it because it's obviously permanent. I want to make sure it's something I'm going to want forever. Uh, yeah. Okay. Barbara, wait. Hey, Teresa. Um, God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God will help her when morning dawns. Okay. Thank you, Buffy. Bo, did you guys just hear that? My dog has been farting all day and I love it so much. I'm so happy to inhale that. Underarm tattoo is brutal. I bet it is. Teresa, I have the majority of my back tattooed and I really don't like pain. So I found a rad tattoo artist. She's super open to, oh my God. I feel like it smells like a fish swam up a bear's butt. I found a rad tattoo artist and she is super open to working with me while I use numbing cream. It was a game changer for me. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. That's not a bad idea. And I'm really happy to hear that for you, Teresa, because getting that done probably takes a long time. Talkix Love. I can't remember your other name. Welcome in, babe. Yeah, so I love tattoos. I think they're really sexy. Yeah, it's no, I'm not, Shelly. Hey, Cliff Ann, happy birthday to you and your husband. Today is Cliff Ann's birthday and her husband. Just Joan, I've missed you. I'm happy to see you. Hey, Just Joan. There's a lot of birthdays today, actually, but happy birthday to you, Cliff Ann. And Just Joan, I'm happy to see you, babe. Actually had something specific I wanted to talk about. I get that, Rachel. And it's a personal thing. Guys, tattoos are a very personal thing, and people are judgy about tattoos as well. Every time I talk to my mom, I'm actually nervous to get this one because every time I talk to my mom, she stares at my arm. She stares at my Fred tattoo. Now, I don't think she dislikes it. I don't think it's like she hates it. She's not into tattoos, though. Like, my mom's not into it. And so I'm already nervous for getting this done because when I talk to her, I just find her eyes like staring at it. So I often like I find myself like doing this because I'm like, do I make you uncomfortable with this tattoo? God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. He just did it again. Thank you, Buffy. That's glorious. And I love that. That's beautiful. That is cool, Mama E. I love that Cliff Ann has a birthday today and her husband. That's kind of rare, I feel. My mom is ink curious. She's not. Although my mom would be really cute with a tattoo, like a little cross tattoo or something would be adorable. Hey, Heather. Yeah, I can only, hey, oh, Susie Q, I can only imagine, honestly, like what she's going to feel about that. She knows I'm doing it though. I told her. So I have something specific I wanted to share today. And I wish Joe Virus was here. I don't think Rain is here either. Joe posted something, and it's interesting because he posted it after I already had thought about this is what I wanted to discuss. And it's kind of falls in line. That's so cool, Gina Barrows. It falls in line with what I've been talking about the last couple of streams. Joe Virus, guys, is just started, he said, the medication that I take for diabetes. And he said, I want to read this because it was really honest and just Joan. It was really honest. It was very authentic. And I just feel like this is something that's been kind of calling to me lately. Hey, Jeanette Brown, Green Eggs and Graham, welcome in, babe. Yeah, I know, Denise, and that's the other thing. Hey, Anna Banana. Joe said, I've been losing friends to suicide and overdoses and murder my entire adult life. And he's spoken to that. He's talked about that. Like not just a handful, but around 100 or so. That's a ton, right? But lately it has been health issues taking out my homies. We only have one body on this planet, and we need to take care of what we have because Mr. Death is just around the corner for any of us at any moment, and I want to keep him away as long as possible. I don't want to go out because of my health, and I want to be your friend for many more years as well. So please take care of yourselves. I promise I'm working on taking care of myself. That was, hey, Alabama Rose. I thought that was just sad but beautiful, like very honest, and he's absolutely right. Hey, Jer, it is a lot, Wendy. Susan Cook, Stick Hoarder is back, so I'm here for it. Stick Hoarder. Also, you're great. He knows how out of his league you are. Hey, Anna Pikachu Hunter, Anna Ashby, welcome in. Susan, thank you so much for the super chat, babe. And I'm so, hey, Gogo the Greek, I'm so far. I am out of that guy's league. I'm out of his planet. Like I don't, it's a good thing. It's become a really good thing. And I pray that God does what's supposed to be done with that guy. If he continues to hate me and obsess and focus and, hate someone he's never met, that speaks so much to that person and how hurt they are and their character and their home life. And there probably a lot of trauma in that background. I'm guessing. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose people. But if you're going to hate a total stranger and be obsessed enough to like speak about them into their lives every day. Yeah. And Wendy Ramirez says she's so over it. It's become pretty boring, if that's the right word. That's sweet, Tiffany. Thank you. Hey, Lacey Silver, it's become incredibly boring and recycled. There's really nothing new. And it's just hate. And it's hard to feed that. People don't flock to it. They don't. And I don't want to be a part of it. So, I hope for the best there. And those who live by the sword shall die by the sword. I think that it is stale popcorn at this point, Honey Lou. It's nothing fresh and it's nothing new. And I have so many goals and things that I'm working on that I'm focused on. Like, that guy is a nothing. I mean, he's just nothing. That's not even an insult. It doesn't take up any space. He does not live rent free in my head. It takes up no space whatsoever. We are all out of his league. Yeah. He gets paid. I heard him say stuff that he made it clear, like one of two times I heard him talk. I've heard that too. I have heard that. Hey, Jenny Sorensen, he gets paid to do what he does. So, you know what? Rock on, dude. Rock on. And hold on, I have to fix my chair. Like, I go on with your bad self. Like, I don't know what to say to that. I don't care anymore. And it's so meaningless in the grand scheme of things, right? Hey, Donna Cooper, I played that little video yesterday of the guy that was like, do you know how, I don't know, Denise, do you know like how important, like what Joe just said, what I read, like health, life, do you know how important, like, now that I was dying last week of pancreatitis, like I look at that stuff and it's so small in the grand scheme of things. The haters, all of that, like it just doesn't matter. It's tiny. It means nothing. It means less than nothing to me. Especially when a total stranger has like, how do I value your opinion? I don't even know you. You're a nobody to me. Literally, I don't know you. So like when a total stranger wants to spew hate, like how much time do I want to waste on this? Because like Joe said, we don't have a ton of time. And that's the truth. We don't have a ton of time. And I've been really sick. And I put value on the things that, hey, Patty, I hope you're doing better today, babe. You're probably not, but I hope you're doing better. Hey, Amy Edge, I too am working on my health. I've lost 46 pounds so far and I've had my teeth fixed. I still have a long way to go, but I'm determined. Amy, I'm very proud of you. I did not know that. I know a lot about you, but I didn't know that. Congratulations to you. That's huge. That's a huge change. Good for you. And thanks for being a member. He isn't even an afterthought. Absolutely. And thank you for your super chat. I feel bad for the guy. In all honesty, like I have really, really zoomed out. And thank you for your super chat, baby steps. I have really zoomed out and I feel sorry for the dude. Like, what kind of a life is that? I'm being serious. Like, where is your quality of life that you have to come up with lies and hatred and take a look? Like, are we growing, or is there like massive growth there? No, because no one cares anymore. Even the people who hate me, I think, are probably like, this has become boring and recycled. We don't care about her. Like, who cares? I'm a nobody. And it's lame. It is. It's actually more sad than anger, Wendy Ramirez. I agree. It's kind of depressing. I actually kind of feel bad for him. I think that dude has kids. And yeah, we fired him. Vicky C, that's right. Fire your villain. I don't know that he took up enough space to call him my villain. I mean, he didn't take up enough rent in my head for that, but I actually feel kind of bad. I think it's a sad situation. I wish people could be more happy in their lives. And that one is not. You just know it. You can see it. There's a lot of hatred there, and that's a bummer. Yeah, MLG Gamer, I agree. So, love you, Trixie. So, back to what Joe said. That's kind of the topic here. And I wrote the title as It's Not a Big Deal because, yeah, he did pay the price, old Charlie, and you can see it. And I am not switching over to the dark side of hate. That's what you end up like. That's awful. I just don't want to be that. Thank you, Cliff Ann. You could order it. I got this cute little overall thing in bell buckle at a store. I got it at the store where we got that guitar. It's called, what was that store called? Farm Girls with a Z. So it's Farm GIRLZ. And I don't know, I think you can call them, but like it's very large. Like I would call this a one size fits all. Love you, Jeanette Brown. But it's super cute. And I got it in a blue, purpley blue, violet color too. And I think it was $25. It was not expensive. I was kind of shocked. Usually stuff like this costs a lot more. Thank you, Love and Life. So, I liked a lot what Joe said. And I'm taking it a little bit more seriously today. I've talked about it the last couple of days. And I think I told you yesterday, it is comfy, Jenny. I think I told you guys yesterday, love you, Mama E. That's Erica. Yeah, I can see that. Love you, Erica. And I loved that picture you sent me. I don't think that I've fully processed this. And maybe this isn't a topic that's that interesting for tonight's stream, but I don't think that I have fully processed so much of my Scientology upbringing. I think there's a lot that I am not intentionally, but what's the word I'm looking for? Subconsciously in denial about. I think there's a lot that I am subconsciously in denial about, if that makes sense to you. I don't know how else to put it. Like I said this yesterday, and I want to touch on it again. Scientologists refer to anything like we call it the body. We don't call it my body or your body. It's the body. So if you just think about that, you know what that makes me think of? It just made me think of something, and it may not have anything to do with it, but to me it did. Do you remember my favorite movie growing up was Silence of the Lambs? I know it's a whole weird thing, but do you remember the part where Clarice's friend in FBI college, they were in college or school or whatever at the FBI, and that really pretty friend that she had, she was training with, she said, do you remember the senator's daughter, Catherine, got abducted by Buffalo Bill? And the senator was on TV going, my daughter, Catherine, please bring her home. Catherine, hey, Pete Taylor. She was like, Catherine is a beautiful girl. Catherine. And Clarice's friend goes, damn, that's smart. That's really smart. And Clarice goes, what's smart? And she goes, she's giving her a name. She's naming her. She's making her a person. She's making her a human being. She's humanizing. Yes, personalizing Wendy Ramirez. And she goes, because what Buffalo Bill, the killer, the abductor guy, was doing is he says, it puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. He calls her an it. And I don't know why, but I just, in my mind, instantly, as I was speaking out loud to you guys, I put the two together. And in a way, it's very similar to me. Hey, Joe. I just talked about you, Joe. I just read your Facebook post and how much we all loved it. And I'm taking it more seriously as well. And I really liked, you inspired me. But if you recall that, it humanizes her by giving her a name. And he calls her it. He's making her an object. Yeah, Jer. So in Scientology, right? In Scientology, we do the same thing with the body. Yeah, Joe, your post meant a lot to me. It really did. And I'm actually just started going into the subject, Joe. I read your post and now I'm talking about it. So in Scientology, the body is the same thing that Buffalo Bill does with his victims. We don't give it a name. We don't give it any ownership. So I told you guys when I went to my doctor, who's an OT8 chiropractor, I remember I was sick once and I said, what should I do? And he said, rest the body and get the body moving. Guys, that's no joke. That's how they talk. It's not, you should get some rest and you should get good sleep and good nutrition and make sure that you get some exercise and get some fresh air. It's not you. It's the body. That's creepy. Now that I'm on the outside, I'm a member on the outside, that's creepy. Get the body moving. We used to say that all the time in Scientology. Get the body moving. Get the body off that couch. Tell the body to get moving. That's how we talked. That is a huge thing. People feel like they can just be like you're a computer generated character in a video game instead of another person just like them. Yes, it makes me think of that scene in Silence of the Lambs. It really does. When the senator is like, my daughter, Catherine, and it's humanizing her. And Shelley's right. Scientology is anti-human. It dehumanizes us in so many ways. It desensitizes our emotions, but also it removes us from our bodies. It does. I loved what Pat Jonas said yesterday. Scientology teaches you to put no value on your body. How much less value could you put on the body when you're saying, get the body moving, tell the body to get off the couch? I live in it, right? And it's creepy. Oh, that's creepy, Joe. It's thank you, Lacey. It's creepy to me to treat our bodies that way. It's a high form of control, though, in my opinion, Shelley. Teresa says, Reese, I can see your comfort with holding on to the Scientology language. That could be a sign that your subconscious doesn't want to let go from stuff still. I imagine this deconstructing will take years. I think you're absolutely right. Bye, babe. Talk is love. I think that Scientology turns its members into robots, emotionless robots. Yes. Dang, Joe. My friend used to quote all the time, but forget Bill calls her it. Yes, which says a lot that her brain inserts a pronoun because it was that weird. Yeah, he calls her it. It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. And that's his serial killer mind, right? Oh, Candace. I'm sorry, Candace. I knew that was you. No, Heather, I didn't. But he made her an object. That's what he was doing. He was making her an object. And I love that scene when you're right, Teresa. I think it's going to take years, and I think it's going to take a lot of therapy and just work. I think you're right, babe. And I'm here for it. I'm happy to do the work. I want to put the work in. But I love that scene because I loved it when I was a kid. That was my favorite movie. I used to watch that movie over and over with George Carlin. That was the two things I'd watch when my dad would leave town, Silence of the Lambs and George Carlin. And, I always thought that I related more to Hannibal Lecter. Like that was my first crush, which is embarrassing to admit because a lot of you are right now going, oh, that's a little creepy. It's very creepy. But I liked his obsession with her. I obviously had a huge crush on him and I still do. Like Anthony Hopkins and what do? I marry old men. So I don't know. Obviously, thank you, Jenny. Obviously, I have father issues, but something's not right there. Like there's something really, yeah, Wendy, I had a huge crush on Hannibal Lecter. I was like addicted to that movie. I loved watching him. I loved his evaluations of things. I thought he was so intelligent and I liked how much he loved her. Like that was my obsession. I loved how much he was like in love with her. And at least you're becoming more and more aware. Keep chipping away at it. Thank you, Shelley. We are all the product of our environment to a certain degree. Yeah, we are. I agree with that, Jamie Palmer. But somebody's, yeah, I didn't find him creepy, Wendy. I found him comforting, but I was home alone all the time. And there was something about his, are you still finding things you normalize that you never questioned before? Jer, every day. That's the point of what I'm about to talk about is now that I have a serious health issue, which I'm hoping is going away and heals and is going to be fine, I'm not trying to over dramatize it. But now that I have this health issue enough that I have to take hydrocodone for it, right? And change my entire diet, right? I find that I'm still treating it like the body. Yeah, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. Hey, Professor Kakan. I'm still treating it like I don't value it. And I'd also notice, yeah, Honey Lou, I also notice that I'm still not giving my body the validation or value that I should. Like, I'm not treating it like I should, like Joe Virus's post. Take your health more seriously. I've never taken my health seriously. We didn't have health insurance. No one cared. I didn't get vaccinated. I didn't go to the doctor. Like none of that shit when I was little. I had really bad asthma and I had to go to the hospital for it. That's one of the only times I remember going to a doctor. Um, so it's a shift for me. And Jer, to answer your question, yes. Like I did not normalize having a body and being grateful for this body, but also not following what Joe Virus said. Like, I don't take it seriously. Someone said to me the other day, like, Reese, you have pancreatitis. That's serious. And I was like, meh, is it? And she was like, it's you can die from it. My doctor said that. It is life threatening. It can be. And I know what the pain felt like. I know what kind of pain I was in. I was curled up crying. But like she said, she was like, it's life threatening. And I was like, oh, fiddle faddle. Right. It's not funny. Like it is. And I am so much a Scientologist when it comes to this subject. And it's like, knock it off. It's not funny. It's serious. And yeah, like you really should like I also feel like I don't put a lot of value on doctors, even though it's true and not true. I worked for doctors for 12 years. I have a lot of respect for doctors. I really nurses too. I just feel like they put so much work in and they're so highly educated. So I do respect that. But the Scientologist in me is very like, eh, like, hey, Kathy Burkhart, like the Scientologist in me, I hear a doctor go, this is serious. Take this medication. In my mind, I'm like, we'll see. Okay. I'll go home and research it myself. I know best. Like, to a degree, you do because you know your body. Hey, Pat Jonas. Hey, Killy Billy. But at the same time, they know what they're doing. Right. And so that also brings me to this same friend I was talking to this morning. Hey, Tammy. And this is still something I'm not willing to confront or deal with or work through. And it's strange. And I want to know why I'm not willing to deal with it because it's not really I don't want to say it has nothing to do with me. It's just like, why though? Like I should be able to deal with this and I'm not dealing with it. She brought up a lot of the falsehoods. Like she brought up L. Ron Hubbard. And I, since I was, as long as I can remember, have been following the works and the teachings and the writings of L. Ron Hubbard as if it were God and to a T, right? Or I get in trouble. It's one or the other. But she explained to me this morning, and it's hard for me to deal with this. I remember once that Tommy told me that he was on drugs, like hardcore. And I think I cried. I got really upset because I thought of all the auditing hours I've had to put in for doing cough drops at a young age, for taking cough drops. Like I've had to do 5 Purifs. And when I was told that he did drugs, if that's true, it hit me. I was upset. It really hurt me. The man that I've been following my entire life has been lying to me. And I still have a hard time dealing with that. And my friend this morning was talking to me and she said, all of your like training, all of what you think you know about your health right now comes from L. Ron Hubbard. And I'm like, well, we were told he was a doctor. And she's like, but he wasn't. He wasn't a doctor. Like, stop thinking that. And I still have, like, she said, she's like, this helped me a lot. She said, it's easier if you can look at it this way. Yes, it's so interesting to me how we usually women treat and believe in devaluing ourselves, but damned if we let that happen to our kids. So true. You would do it for Hux, but not for you. Yep, so common for women. I agree with that, Debbie. Hey, Franklin, Jamie Palmer, question. Could you not be dealing with it because your dad didn't put any value in your body and didn't teach you that you should care about your health and body? 100%. But that also ties in with Scientology. My dad and Scientology are the same thing, and neither of them taught me to value or respect or protect my body. I didn't value, respect, or protect my body ever. I was always like, meh, so what? Who cares? Like, you don't put any attention on the body. We're trained not to, guys. It's low tone. It is considered low on the tone scale. Okay. So it's like you're a shitty person if you go around putting attention on your body. Does that help? Like, it is considered poor taste. You don't do it. It's a fucking body. Who cares? Don't put attention on that. We're trying to handle up here. I was told L. Ron Hubbard was a doctor. I was told he was a doctor. I was told he was a scientist. We were told that he was an Eagle Scout. We were told that he was a Navy colonel or something like that, like really high admiral. He was really high up in the Navy. Yeah, we were lied to big time about who he was. But yes, I was told he was a doctor. And so she said to me this morning, she goes, does it help if you take a look at it? A fighter pilot. Yeah. If you take a look at it like this, like I was treated by people who never had any medical training. I was treated my whole life. I had to go to the MLO, which is the medical liaison officer. There's an MLO within every church of Scientology on planet Earth. The MLO is a medical liaison officer. Yes, thank you for saying that, Wendy. She says, how rough that must be to forget that indoctrination. It isn't easy. And it's autopilot for me. I go around just thinking it. So I got treated by the MLO my whole life, and the MLO has never had any medical training. Think about that for a minute. I've never thought about that till today when my friend pointed that out. She goes, you have been being treated by people in Scientology who've never spent a day in any kind of educational background with medication, any medical training whatsoever, guys. Think about that. And she was like, what a disservice. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, Joe, I am too. What a disservice to all of us Scientologists. It's such a fucking disservice. And it's really upsetting because everything in my head is false. And I thought about that the day I watched the Leah Remini show. That was the first thing I said. Hey, Topsy. I was like, wait a minute. This is the problem. And I think I'm in denial about it still. I was like, wait a minute. Guys, you don't have any idea how much that flipped everything I've ever known on its side. And I was like, wait a minute. If you think about the thousands upon thousands, years of hours, I have dedicated my life, 38 years, to all of this false bullshit that I've been trained on, right? And indoctrinated and forced upon me. Like, not only are we the doctor, you're not going to a doctor because we know best and we handle the body here and the mind. You're not going to an outside doctor. It's not safe. It's dangerous, in fact. That's what I've been told. So it sucks. It's such wasted time. Andrew says, I can't imagine knowing everything you've ever known was an illusion. The sympathy I feel for that is immense. Well, you don't have to thank you, but it does suck. Everything. And so here we are 2 years later, almost 3, and I'm not ready to deal with it. I'm not ready to deal with it. And it's hitting me in the face as I have this sickness. Shelly, I think yeah. A lie, yes, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. I always loved that quote by Mark Twain. It's such a fact too. Guys, lies, that's why people love the drama, right? They don't want to hear the truth. They like the drama, and that sucks. But luckily, a lot of those people aren't the people in here. Thank you, Shelly, for saying that and for your super chat. It sucks, Joe says, to wake up and realize everything you know is wrong. Everything's a lie. So I'm like, oh my God, it's all I know. It's all I've been training for decades. And this body stuff, Susan Cook, you didn't offend anybody. This body stuff is really getting to me because now that I'm 41 and I'm having health issues and a doctor is having to try, now I got to go for a follow-up visit. I never have to do that. I don't have health issues. And I'll tell you this too. This made me think about in Scientology, this is a lot of stuff I don't talk about because it's really hard to explain. This is why I never talked about Scientology when I was a Scientologist, because it's too hard to explain to outsiders what stuff means. It's really hard to do. It truly is a different language. Not that I know of, Gina. Reese, you were medically gaslit, emotionally abandoned, and spiritually abused for 37 years. It's amazing to me you are doing as well as you are. I'm proud of you for not giving up when you learn truth. That is such a nice Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Teresa, that is very validating. And I will always remember what you just said. And it's so true. And it's not just me. It's all of us who were Scientologists. I hate it. I hate all that time that I lost. I hate that all the people that are still in, I hate it. It eats at me. It gnaws at me on a daily basis. This is the kind of stuff I don't talk about because I don't know how to talk about it yet. That sounds crazy, but I literally don't know how to get it out. I don't know how. I have the concept. I don't have the words. I think I'm still in a little bit of shock. To be fully honest with you guys, I think I'm still like when my friend said today he wasn't a doctor, I was like, yes, he was. Like I still found myself being defensive of LRH just because it's my natural autopilot. I was like, he wasn't a doctor? I found myself wanting to fight and be like, yes, he was, because I couldn't be wrong about it because it sucks. I lost all that time. I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. I know this man was the devil. He was evil. And he probably did do drugs, but I'm not ready to accept that. I'm not ready to swallow it because it's just too much for me. I've worshiped this person for over almost my entire life so far. So it's, you say you have health issues, but you've had diabetes for how long? You've had to have your gallbladder removed. Those are health issues. Yeah, it's true. But I think you just got here, Topsy. I've been saying that. Like, I have been going off of what I've learned. And what I've learned is it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Hey, true to it. I don't look at that stuff as health issues. It's treating the body and moving on. Like the body, you're fine, Topsy. The body though is no big deal in Scientology. And again, they call it like body worship. It's like, stop focusing on your body. Who gives a shit? It's a body. Tell it what to do. Like that's how they talk. That's how Scientologists talk. Like, hey, Peggy Collins, get the body moving. You command the body, not the other way around. So what I was going to say is this is hard to explain. You're doing great with explaining things. Well, thank you, baby steps. Thank you. I don't agree with that, Kestrel. I don't believe I am my body. Actually, I don't think that's true. Like, what does that mean to you? When you're dead, you're just dead. There's no spirit. There's no nothing. I disagree with that. Like, I don't believe Fred was his body because Fred's body is buried in the ground in Kansas City and Fred is still with me. So I disagree with that, but I respect your thought on that. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. This is hard to explain, but I'm going to try to explain it just because it's so insane. And that's okay, Joe. Joe doesn't believe in afterlife. Yeah, we'll all find out at some point. But in Scientology, if you ever get sick, you guys have some of you have probably heard this. If you ever get sick, if you get into a car accident, if you stub your toe, if you have a cold, right? Any of those things, you're PTS. Does anybody know what that means when you're PTS? You are way more than your body. Thank you, baby steps. I believe that. I believe there's a soul and a body, but not everybody does. And I'm not here to make people wrong, right? Like I respect anybody's viewpoint on what they want to believe. Thank you, baby steps, for that. I appreciate it, babe. Yes, Kestrel. So thank you, Aline. Okay, so PTS. Okay, good. Look how many of you know. That's awesome. PTS is a potential trouble source. Nothing, son. PTS is a potential trouble source. So look at how many people know. That's incredible. Do you know what it means to be a potential trouble source? It's kind of a long-winded answer to that. I'm going to try to tell you in a nutshell. Yeah, you do, Shelley. It means you're connected to a suppressive person. So if I get sick, like I am right now, so there's two things. You pulled it in. So right there, they blame shame. I never looked at it that way until, hey, Lindy, until now. So we're taught at a very young age, if you get sick, thanks, baby steps. Thank you for super chatting me. Yes, potential trouble source. If you get sick, you pulled it in. So what did you do to pull that in? So now we're going to pull your overts and withholds, all of your crimes, right? So this is why I don't talk about this stuff, because it's hard to explain. But if you get sick, yeah, victim shaming. So you pulled it in, but not only did you pull it in, thanks, Linda Garden Lady. Not only did you pull it in, you're connected to an SP. You're a potential trouble source. You're a PTS. When you're PTS, you're a liability to the entire group. And that's the first red flag is like, whoa, you just got into a car accident? Okay, we don't want to know if you're okay. You're a potential trouble source, which means you're a liability to this group. What happened? How did you pull that in? What did you do to pull that in? And who are you connected to? So it's immediate, spotlight on you. You're a problem. It's awful. It's all your fault. So it's immediate blame, shame. But it also means that you're connected to somebody that is a suppressive person and they want to know who that is. So the point is, the only reason I'm breaking this down is because growing up, I was constantly surrounded by, yes, and you have to go through auditing at your cost. Lenora Gray, I'm late to the party. I love your East. Look forward to your insight and honesty. Well, thank you, Lenora Gray. Wow. That makes me feel really special. Thank you. And thank you for your super chat, babe. I'm glad you're here. This is so stupid what I'm about to tell you, but I had to explain all of that to you so that you understand what I'm about to say, which is very simple, but it's so stupid. Growing up around all the adult Scientologists, they almost all smoked. Everybody smoked. I don't know if they still do, but everybody smoked. Hey, Paula McDonald. True, Paula. Good point. They all smoked cigarettes. Okay. Hey, Linda Perales. All of the blame and shame, plus the risk of losing your whole world if you step out of line, is what makes Scientology a truly evil, abusive, disgusting business. Yes, and spiritually abusive. Like that pastor said to me, it's true. It's spiritual abuse. Big time, Topsy. All of that, okay? All those guys smoked. You know what they would say? This is how my life, how I heard things growing up. I heard things in a very different language than you guys. And they would smoke and they would walk around saying all the time, I'm not going to get lung cancer. I'm not going to get mouth cancer. I'm not going to get sick. It was so condescending. I'm not gonna get sick because I'm not PTS. So that, I want you to really soak that in if you can. That's the entire way of thinking about the body, right? Does that make sense to you? Think that through, what I just said. I heard that same sentence my entire upbringing. I'm not going to get sick. I'm not PTS. So basically, I could drink a gallon of gasoline. I'm not going to get sick from it. I'm not PTS. So hey, Patricia, I am in control of my body. I am not connected to any SPs. And I didn't pull anything in. I don't have overts and withholds. So I'm not PTS. So duh, I'm not going to get sick. I can smoke my lungs out and my body can handle it because I'm not PTS. So I really want you to understand that. That is such a powerful thing. And that is, did you ever see one of them get totally shocked when they did get sick? No, because I saw a lot of them die. Yes, Kim is blue. I saw a lot of them die. And then when they would die, they would drop the body, and all the Scientologists around them would go, well, she wanted to drop the body. She was ready. She was looking at another body with an OT8 family, and she was ready to start a new body. I was thinking about that today. Do you remember the speech when LRH died? Okay, Joe, do you remember the speech when LRH died in 1986? When 3 days later, COB, David Miscavige, said, right? David Miscavige said, hey, Air Supply. Yeah, Air Supply. When David Miscavige announced it, and he said, LRH dropped the body. He didn't have a reason for this body anymore. He had bigger things to move on to. He had like something he had to do outside of the body. Do you guys remember that? That's how they talk. It's a body. Who cares? It's a no big thing, right? Like all the time. It's no big thing. That is how they are. LRH dropped the body. He had some research he had to go do outside of the body. You heard it yourself, right? That's how they talk. Hey, Joanne. Reese, I'm so proud of you and the beautiful person you've become, despite what Scientology is ingrained in you. Not even God can change what has happened. You can only grow in this new life with God guiding you. That is beautiful. That's makes an impact on me. Hey, Rip Curl Readiness. Thank you. That is lovely, Joanne Hawley. I have to read it again. That is just really impactful. The beautiful person you become despite what Scientology is ingrained in you. Not even God can change what has happened, but you can only grow in this new life with God guiding you. It's true, and I'm hopeful. And that's why I think that made me emotional, because I'm afraid that I'm never going to change. I'm afraid that I'm like, is what I feel like Jack Nicholson in that movie. I'm like, what if this is as good as it gets? I feel that way about myself a lot. I'm like, what if I don't improve? What if I don't get better? What if I always feel this way? What if and that makes me hopeful. Thank you. Renee B. So what if someone close to them leaves Scientology? Do they get nervous? Of course they do. Of course they do. Yeah, they don't want you talking. Yeah, I was never going to leave Scientology. I would have never shared my story. Never. Would have never left. They have you pretty fearful to shut up and just talk about whatever happened, the trauma that happened within the church. So Joanne, thank you for your super chat. That was super meaningful. Thank you. Kim is Blue says, you've already changed so much, Reese. You will keep evolving. I hope that's true, but I get scared. I get nervous. I'm like, what if this is it? What if I'm stagnant? What if I'm stuck here? Like, I don't want to think like a Scientologist. I fucking hate it. I hate thinking with those old ways of thinking. And this is why I have a tough time with advocacy. I protest the org in Boston, meaning sit outside with a sign that says your doubts are valid. And I just feel bad for them because, wow, although I really like that. Oh, I don't like that either. I can't understand yelling and harassing them. Thank you, Jenny Sorensen. I would never do that. I think it's disgusting. I think it's fucking awful. I love this. Your doubts are valid. That is incredibly powerful. That if I were to go to an org to protest, that's a beautiful thing to do. That is beautiful. But above all else, they're human beings and they're trapped. And I think screaming or yelling at them is evil and disgusting. And I think we treat them with respect because they're stuck in there. And if it were easy to get out, I'd have my family back. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Yelling always shuts people down. Well, and it proves I was in there once, guys. So I was on course one day. Hey, Kat, not more than one day. This happened to me for a couple of years when I was on course. People would stand outside, Anonymous. The group Anonymous would stand outside with the masks on and they'd protest with their signs. I was a Scientologist on course when that would happen. Every time it proved the point. I'd look down and I'd go, oh my God, it is dangerous out there. I'm glad I'm in here. Scaring people and making fun of them, calling them names, attacking them, whatever you're doing, like, how does that save them? How does that help them? I don't think it's helpful. That's one person's opinion, but I think it's really fucked up because I remember looking out the window at the Kansas City org at all the people going, it's a cult, it's a cult. And I thought, God, I'm so glad I'm safe in here. You guys are right. It's dangerous out there. I'm so glad we have each other here. Like, it didn't make me want to leave. But I think that's beautiful. Your doubts are valid. That is so powerful, Andrew. Love your lighthearted approach to Scientology. Stacey Toms, thank you. And I should talk about it more. People don't seem to love it when I talk about it. I don't know. It's, there's probably because there's other channels that are actually making an impact on Scientology and I don't talk about it that much. It's because I can't. I can't go there yet. I haven't been out long enough. There's something that I put walls up and I get nervous and I remember things that I don't necessarily want to remember yet. And I have a hard time confronting and dealing with things that L. Ron Hubbard did that were so evil. I really do. Some days I can fight it better than others. Thank you for being a member, Stacy. Oh my gosh, you've had so much positive change so far. I love watching the process with you. Thank you, baby steps. You're right. And thank you again for your super chat. Thank you, Topsy. But I get scared sometimes. I'm like, what if I don't continue to grow? I always want to grow. I always want to be a better person. And the biggest thing, did you not believe them when they said it was a cult? My God, no. I never believed them when they said it was a cult. Never, never. The biggest thing that I hope that God puts me in front of one day is, and I know I'm trying to do it now, but I really want to be of help in a big way, somehow, some way. And I believe I will be if I'm meant to be. But like whether that be speaking, talking, writing, whatever it is, I really want to help people. I'd love to help people, educate people on how evil Scientology is to the outsider. I don't believe that we're going to get a lot of the inside Scientologists out. Maybe one day we will. But I have a hard time trying to save the guys inside because I know I would have never left. And I know how hard it is to save them because, again, I would have my friends and family back if it were that easy to get them out. It's not. And I'm glad you felt comfortable in telling us what you can manage, Reese. Thank you, Jojo. I'm very comfortable with this group of people. I love my channel. I love this community. And I feel the safest here on this channel. So thank you for saying that. I always say this, Reese. I find listening to your experiences of Scientology the most enlightening and real. You express the torment and damage better than others. Wow. Thank you, Topsy. That is a huge, huge validating compliment. Thank you. I should talk about it more. You're a beautiful soul, Reese. Thank you so much, Lindy. I love you. Peggy Collins, Reese, you will continue to grow. You have a wonderful curiosity for life and learning all the things you missed while in Scientology. I appreciate that. And I think you're right. Viggy, I find your experience in Scientology fascinating and enjoy learning how it affects different people. Share when you want. Thank you, Viggy. Patricia, but your approach makes it easier for people to want to reach out to you. So maybe you will make a difference to more people inside than you think. I hope so. I really hope that's true. I'm a little distracted. Your heart necklace looks like it's changing color. I don't think it's changing color. It's kind of, I guess it does a little bit. In the light, it changes. I really like this necklace. Just got it recently. Yeah, Barbara, wait, you can work in a preventative way. But the big, huge thing, I would love to hear more as much as you are comfortable with. Air supply, okay, well, that makes me feel good and supported. I often think when I do Scientology streams, they don't get a lot of views, and it's like people don't want to hear about it. And I can understand why. There's bigger channels and there's bigger people that are spreading the message faster and better than I can. And I'm thankful for that. But at the same time, I need to talk about this stuff. And I want to talk about this stuff because it's so dangerous. And every day I learn. Like I said, I thought about it today, how much growing up, my dad would say that to me. Well, don't worry about it if you're not PTS. What do you have to worry about? It was like this shitty transactional, is that the right word? Like you're constantly walking around on eggshells going, I'm not PTS. Am I? I'm not going to pull any. If you're not going to pull anything in, then you shouldn't get sick. Like it's this blame, shame, like, what'd you do to pull that in? What are your crimes? Let's go ahead and get you on the cans at your expense, by the way. What did you do to pull that in? And who are you connected to? That is such a scary, scary thing. And so the second, like I'm telling you, I've seen it hundreds of times. The second anyone starts getting the sniffles in Scientology or a cough, or if they look sick or they have a fever, you know what they always say? always 100 out of 100 times, you know what they say? Oh, I just have allergies. You better believe they're going to hide behind allergies, because if they say I'm getting sick, oh shit, you're going on the cans. We want to know who you're connected to, and we want to know those crimes. What did you do to pull that in? So 100 times out of 100, they're always like, they look like they're dying. They're like spewing green vomit. They're like, I'm allergic. It's the oak trees. Like, they will do, no, you don't really pull in allergies. That's kind of different. Now, there is an allergy rundown, but allergies is very different than being sick for whatever reason. Yeah, Jer, if that ever happened, I love the Scientology chat. Maybe it works best, however, it works organically into your conversation. Yeah, it has to be organic. Do you know that some people thought LRH would return instead of going to Target 2? Yeah, I always thought LRH was coming back. But they sell that story to us. When I worked on staff, we kept his office super clean. They kept like a pack of cigarettes, cools in his office for when he comes back, when he gets back. Yeah, no, it's well known. People definitely thought LRH, or think that he is returning. You make it more understandable on a deeper level with your emotions that are real. So very proud of you for how far you've come. Honey Lou, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your experience is just as important as someone with a bigger channel. You should know that, babe. Scientology was different for everyone, differing degrees of WTF. Share as much as you. Yeah, no, there's no comparison on who cares about channel size anyway. There's no comparison, though, on our different stories, right? Like different traumas, different backgrounds in Scientology. That nobody's is worse than anybody else's. It's horrible. It's trauma and it's awful. And I don't compare trauma. I'm just saying there are some people that make it a full-time job to spread the word. And I think that's great. But I think, how much better would it be if we all did it together and really made that impact? That's all. And so I'm going to try to do it more. I have so many stories that I forget about, that I don't talk about, that just, I think that I block. I think that I block them. LRH was a drug addict. See, I'm not willing to accept that yet. And I'm like, what kind of drugs? How do we know that? I also was told that he practiced like black magic or something. Like, I've been told that by a couple people, that like he did dark satanic stuff. That's really hard for me to wrap my mind around when I was raised around this man that is so worshipped and mankind's best friend. That's what everybody calls him in Scientology. He's mankind's best friend. So every voice bringing up its atrocities is another voice to possibly shut down. Yeah, there can't be enough voices talking about Scientology, in my opinion. Nobody should. If you want to use your voice for it, I absolutely support and believe in that. LRH was a really bad guy. I don't want to watch any Scientology channels anymore. Too much drama, says Renee B. I don't watch any Scientology channels, so I couldn't even comment on that if I wanted to, as far as drama. But I have an idea of what you mean, and yeah, I'm not into the drama. I just thought of this. Someone could present themselves as LRH in a new body. I think it would be really hard to do that. I'm not sure. No, Topsy, I think that's great. But I just want to make that super clear. Like, if you can really, really, there's so much depth to that concept of what I tried to describe. And that is explaining to a small child or a grown woman, like I became. It's insane to me to pull that shit. I cannot tell you. I smoked, but I can't tell you how many people were like, I'm not going to get lung cancer or sick because I'm not PTS. Like, it was almost like insulting, right? I have that book, Kim is Blue, and I started it. I just never finished it. I only watch you and Aaron now. Too much drama on the other channels. Interesting, Patricia. Again, I don't watch any of them. So, I mean, I'm sure there is drama. I'm just glad to stay the F out of it. But it's insane to me, that concept. It wasn't before. It wasn't even really before today, because I never really put much attention or thought into it. But it's insane to be like, you have diabetes? Well, what did you do to pull that in? Like, that happened to me. when I found out I was diabetic. Kathy said that. My friend Kathy, you guys know Kathy. I played her recording, her audio recording, gaslighting Kathy, Dan's sister. I remember her saying that to me. She went, "You have diabetes? What'd you do to pull that in?" Like it's such a slap, and it's like, "You're sick? Get the fuck away from me. Why are you such a misfit? What'd you do to pull that in?" Like, it's so gross. It's so gross to do that. And if you want to do it and join and be an adult and do that, uh, great. But doing that to a kid, like shame blaming a kid, that happened to me all the time as a child. My dad would anything. I told you I bleached his shirt by accident. His Grateful Dead tie-dyed t-shirt. When my mom left when I was 6, he made me start doing the laundry. I didn't know how to do laundry. I poured in what I thought was right, and I poured bleach into the washing machine. And he was so pissed at me for destroying his shirt. He made me do lower conditions for a long time. It was a couple of months. It was like 8 weeks. He made me do lower conditions. I had to clean, clean, clean. I had to white glove the house, scrub the toilets. I had to pull all the weeds, and I had to write up my overts and withholds. And the reason I know it took 8 weeks is because I kept writing them up, and he would go, "This isn't enough. Keep writing." And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. He was like, "You know what you did. You pulled that in. You need to keep writing up your crimes." And if I would cry, he'd say, "No HENR. I don't want to hear your bullshit HENR, which is human emotion and reaction." Great. If you want to abuse people who are willing to do it, great. But I was a 6-year-old. That's fucked up. That is really, really twisted. And I want to spread that message. Like, if you want to be a creeper in Scientology and treat people like shit and they're consenting to it, they're consenting adults, but doing that to a 6-year-old kid, thank you, Donna Cooper. What does Scientology think of people with special needs? Oh my God. You really want the answer to that? They think they're absolute downstat, low quality of life individuals. They think that they are absolute, like they don't want to have anything to do with people in wheelchairs, people who have born with conditions. What's the word for that? I can't think of the word for that, but I remember special needs are very worthless people. Yeah. And please don't, like, I'm sorry to say that to you. I know that's very upsetting. I don't obviously feel that way. I never felt that way. But I remember somebody was in a wheelchair in Omaha. I want to say they were born with cerebral palsy, maybe. Like they were very much, I think they were paralyzed, and they had no congenital. Yes, thank you, Topsy. They had no way of speaking. Like there was no way for them to communicate. And this person, I think, had like some drool coming out. Like it's perfectly okay, right? Like they had a condition they were born with, and they were disabled. And I remember how angry my dad was to be around that person. I remember it clear as day. And he was like, disgusting. He was like, that's a low rent, low quality, degraded being right there. Like whatever they did to pull in that body. And then he told me, I remember him saying, there's a chance there's not even a thetan in that body because that body is so disgusting and it's so fucked up. Like my dad was so offended by people who were disabled, like so offended. Like, why would you pick a body like that? Yeah, degraded, like just disgusting, degraded, low quality. Yeah, it was horrible. And I hope this doesn't upset people. Like I apologize. It is West Coast Fancy Nancy, but it also is very much the truth. And I can't say, I have to be honest, I'm pretty sure my dad was one of the only ones that I saw behave that way with that. Like it's similar to homosexuals, gay people. Like Scientologists hate gay people, right? They're a certain place on the tone scale. You know those people are going to hell, right? Vicky Cat, if there is a hell, I believe that's up to God. when they die. But yeah, I do hope for that. I hope that they have to pay for what they did in life. I do. I also don't wish people go to hell because it's like my enemies, I don't pray for them. I just say to God, like, do what you think is best there. Do what you think is right. It's the same thing with people going to hell. I don't wish people go to hell. I think God needs to help them sort that out at the time. And I do honestly believe in karma. And I believe that people will have to pay for what they've done. They're going to have to own up for what they've done. And that's the only way that I sleep better at night, thinking about my dad, because he was such an evil man and he was horribly abusive to children and just human beings. And I think he also, I don't know this for sure, but I feel like my dad hated women. He was very disrespectful to women. His current wife is not American. She is Hispanic. I don't want to give too many details. I mean, I could, but there's no sense. She is Hispanic, and he was very like I don't know if the word is racist. Maybe, I guess it would be racist that he would say like really demeaning things to her. Like, andale, woman. Like he would say horrible shit. And I was like, he hates women. Like he's just a piece of shit all around. He hates kids. Like he's just an absolute horrible person. And I never understood what the word bigot meant, but maybe I don't know the definition of bigot. Was he really gay? I mean, he hates gay people. He could be. He could be. I don't know. Karma will sort that all out. Yeah, but Scientology is very, very effed up. Like it's harmful. And I guess I could say this. I am thankful that I never, like, because he was so much that way, it made me the opposite. Like, I feel like you could either go he could have been that could have rubbed off on me, and I could have been super hateful and racist and hateful toward gay people, or it makes you the opposite. And for me, his behavior, even as a small child, I remember thinking, I'll never feel that way about people. I feel the same way I felt as a child. I always used to think this, and I still think this. Why do we care how other people live their lives or who they're in love with or what the color of their skin is? Like, why do we have any say in that? Why, like, we don't live with them. Like, why do you care that two women love each other? Like, I always used to think that even as a kid. Like, why is this important? Who loves who? Like, it just doesn't matter to me. It never did. I was like, why wouldn't I just be supportive of that? As long as you're not hurting anyone, you're not hurting an animal. Like, that never made sense in my mind. Never made sense in my mind to hate someone who's gay or to hate someone who's disabled. I always thought, wait a minute, they were born that way, or that was caused by a horrible accident, and you're going to shame and blame that person for being in a fucking wheelchair? Like, I always saw the light on that. Never once was I like, yeah, I'll jump on the hate bandwagon there. I always was disgusted by that. Even as a kid, I was like, wait, what? Like, what? Why? They're human beings. Like, why? It never made sense to me. That shit never made sense to me. And it never will. It just doesn't. It never has. What advice would you give to the under the radars? That's a great question. Oh, I love this. You didn't become like your father because God chose you from the beginning. I love that. I love that. It makes me think of what the message from God was I've known you. You just didn't know me. But I always had questions about God, and I'm so glad that I have learned about God. I absolutely love that. Thank you, Patricia. I choose to believe that because I've never felt chosen before. I've never felt wanted before in my life. I've never felt like I've always felt very rejected and judged by my people growing up. Like my dad clearly didn't want me. It was obvious from a very young age of like bleaching his shirt. I got in trouble for 2 months about it, right? Like I had to go write up my crimes. So I knew at a very young age my father did not want me and he did not love me. I knew that and I hated, and then I chose a path of marrying all the time and sleeping with random men and coping with that, trying to find a person that would love me and respect me and want me. I've always wanted to be wanted by a man. I've always sought out masculine energy because I'm like, please love me, please want me. I just want that. And I recognize that about myself now. And I've pulled back. I'm trying to fulfill it for me, right? Like I want to want me. I don't need someone else to want me. But it's very validating, Patricia, what you said, because I've always wanted to be wanted. And I realized that a few weeks ago, like God always wanted me. Someone said that to me, God wants you. And I said, what? And they said, God wants you. He wants you real bad. He's always wanted you. And I couldn't stop crying for a couple of days about that because I was like, it felt so right. It felt so loving. And I thought, he does want me, doesn't he? I feel wanted by God. I feel lifted and loved by God. And it's such a warm, soft feeling to be wanted and to be loved. I've always wanted that. And I thought I had it in several men, and it just ended up backfiring, right? Like Jeff ended up being very mean and controlling and abusive. And I knew that wasn't, I knew that wasn't right kind of from the get go. So a lot of that's on me. But thank you for saying that because I do feel like God always wanted me. But I'll tell you, it was my own living hell to grow up feeling that like rejection and just that not being wanted. It really sucked. I knew that as a small child. And that was one of the reasons I was like, Dad, 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 like whenever he'd come home. And he'd be like, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. I mean, he never hugged me. He never touched me. I can't remember a time my dad said, I love you. I can't. I'm sure he did. I just can't remember it. I was seeking so much validation from him, and he did not have it to give. And so now it feels so good to just go, God wants me. That's all I need, really. Like, I believe that God wants me. And I just think that's a beautiful thing. Sorry, my mom is asking if I'm going to come walk if it doesn't get dark. Okay. No, my dad doesn't love it. He doesn't know what love is. And Kim, I'm still going to answer your question. Grandma Sunshine Dragon, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Oh, I love that. C. Reese, more proof God's known you long before you knew him. Love you. And I love you too. Thank you for saying that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful scripture. Thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, Mom. Thank you, Peggy Collins. Kim is Blue asked me, what advice would I give to people who are under the radar? I had a conversation with someone about this the other day. Oh no, my mom said I'm so tired. Go to bed early. I don't want her to feel like she has to meet me outside. Pat Jonas says, my dad has been in Scientology, I think, since he was 18 or 19, and he was born in 1949. So he's been in Scientology a long time, Jer, because you haven't loved yourself or seen that you can love you and you can want you. You are worthy. Yes. And that's what I'm trying to work on. That's why I don't have a guy in my life. I'm trying to not even feel that way about men because I have to love me and validate me. And I am enough. Like if he doesn't come along, then he doesn't come along, right? Like I'm sure that he will because I want to have a partner at some point in my life, but I want to have worked on me enough. And I hope that he has worked on him and he's not going to come with a bunch of problems, right? Like things that he's dealt with, at least, kind of like I'm doing now. Just working on me, fulfilling me. Meredith Lynn, he knew you before you were born. What all would you go through and exactly know he would use it for his greater good? You are his. I love that. Yes, Meredith, and I love that. Thank you for being a member, babe, and my friend. Yeah, he probably was old Charlie. The advice that I would give to someone who's under the radar, because I'm newly out of Scientology, is everything, this is really hard to absorb, but everything they told us is a complete lie. Everything. If I was talking to an under the radar person right now, I would try not to overwhelm them, but I would say something like, it's not scary out here. It's a tough transition, especially if you have to lose your family, if you have to lose your job, if you have to lose your people. I know what that's like, and it's really hard. The transition is hard and it's sad and it's a big loss, but you gain so much more coming out to planet Earth where the people are kind, they help, they want to help, and it's just a whole new lifestyle. Thank you, Flyers Girl. It's a different lifestyle and it's really difficult, but I wouldn't change it, even though I would have never left, even though, yeah, I agree, Kim is blue. And Kim is blue, I hope you ask me that every once in a while because it's important in case there is someone under the radar watching. Shelley said, we will be here to greet them and welcome them into the world. It's a fact. It's true. I was terrified. I'm still scared. I still don't fully speak your language. I still use words very incorrectly, and I still don't know what a lot of words mean. But it's not as embarrassing as I thought it would be. And the big thing is, you are being lied to. You are being lied to. Everything has been a lie thus far. Everything that I can think of that I was taught that's stable data, that's firm truth, is an absolute lie. And that's hard to swallow. That's hard to stomach. The whole God thing took me a while to figure out. And I don't expect people to find God. I think it's really hard for an ex-Scientologist to do that. I don't know of any ex-Scientologists that have a relationship with God, nor do I need to. It's not my business. But I hope for that for a lot of them because it's helped me a lot. But even if you don't, just coming out onto the other side, it's absolutely not what we were told it is. And I don't know how else to put that. It's not what we were told. You are being lied to. You are being absolutely lied to. Everything has been a lie. And it's really hard to unpeel those layers and unlearn everything. And I'm still doing it. And I still wonder if I'm going to unlearn everything. But I have hope and faith, and I have friendships and solid friendships that are unconditional love. And there is no such thing as unconditional love in Scientology. Everything is conditional. You will be written up, told on, sold out, sold down the river in Scientology, always by your closest people. It happens all the time, and it doesn't happen out here in the real world. Sure, there's definitely people who stab you in the back. There's slimy people, but there's amazing people too, and they're here to help. It's amazing. Amy Edge, read Psalms 139. It's about how God knows you. That's beautiful. I'd love to read that. Thank you, Amy Edge, and thank you for your super chat. That's lovely. This was a good talk, and if you guys are up for it, Mom wrote back. Oh, she's going to go to bed early. Okay. If you guys, Reese, you and your body are truly a gift. I just like each and every one of us, just like each and every one of us. Yes, honey Lou. And that's something I'm working on because I haven't put any value on the body. No, see, the body. I still do it. My body. I have to say that. I still say the body. That's something I have to work on. I'm not even going to get mad about what I just did, but I still think of it as the body. Like, just treat the body, just deal with the body, make the body sleep, make the body eat. That's how you talk in Scientology. And I still talk very much like a Scientologist, which is not great, but at least I don't have other people doing it around me, or I'd really switch over to the language. Not that even us never ends are sometimes scared out in this big world, but we make it through. Yes, Kim is blue. Yeah, I think so too, Heather. But I think we should do these talks more. I want to go back, if you guys remember that list of questions I was asked. I was interviewed by someone a couple months ago, and it was 400 questions that I was asked. Hey, Wharton, is it Fizzle? I always called you Pistol. Pistol? Is it Fizzle? Is the PH? We'll find that out shortly. But welcome in. I think about you a lot. I hope that you're doing well. I always think about you and your lovely wife that passed, Gwendolyn. Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Reese, you are so intelligent. Don't think of time loss. Think of how much you will be able to help others by understanding how these cults work and how much damage they do. Yes, from PR. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's Fizzle. I've never said that right, but I hope that you're doing well and welcome in. I do still have the list. Okay, good. Christy Lynn would like to. So what I think, okay, Topsy, let's go through those. I'd like to, it'll take a long time. It's not like we're going to do that all in one stream. I would like to go through some of those questions because again, it drums things up and it gets me going on answering. Like it starts getting me down rabbit holes. I'm like, I forgot about that. I didn't even, like I've said, I talk about Scientology, but nobody is prompting me. And so if I can get the ball rolling, then I can talk more about it. And I go, oh my God, I forgot about that. So let's do that. I'd like to start that maybe tomorrow. Before you were thrusted out, how hard was it to fake it before you wanted out? Very curious to the mindset that took. Before you were thrusted out, how hard was it to fake it, but no, you wanted out? That's a great question. Your body is the temple of the Lord, so take care of yourself. It matters. Someone told me that today. Thank you, Shelley. I never knew that until today. It was like in Corinthians, she said. It was incredible. And I thought that was really special. It made sense to me too. Thank you, Shelley, for your super chat. Andrew, this is a good question. It was really hard for me to fake it. That was one of the hardest things, honestly, when I watched the show. And I watched the show like 3 or 4 times through over and over and over before I reached out to the Aftermath Foundation. So I wasn't ready. I was terrified to reach out. It took me several weeks to reach out to the Aftermath Foundation for help. I really was like, this, once I do this, there's no going back kind of a thing. And I spoke with the Aftermath Foundation for 6 months before I was outed. So during that time, thank you, Kim is Blue. During that time, the miseducation you had is deep. You need the prompts, and I don't think you know what to ask. We know what to ask for. That's why the list of questions. Yes, I agree with that so much, Topsy. That 6 months of me being under the radar, thank you, Pat Jonas, of me being under the radar for that 6 months was incredibly hard for me. Mentally really effed me up because I would get off the phone with the Aftermath Foundation, right? And then I was like, like I have to pretend to be a Scientologist. Let me switch back over and like pretend to be a Scientologist. And it really effed me up mentally. It was hard work to do that. And I don't know that anybody really knew that. Like Jeff was my husband then. He didn't really understand what was going on. But it was incredibly, I couldn't sleep at night. Like I was scared they were going to find out. I was terrified that somebody was going to find out. So when I did get outed, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Like I really hope that they didn't catch it. And of course they did, right? But Andrew, it was super, super difficult for me to then pick up the phone and talk to people in Scientology and pretend like things were fine. And I had to do that a lot with my in-laws. Like they were at my house all the time. It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. I was so scared. It was like, I feel like it was like an abused, like a woman in a domestic abuse situation. Like her husband beats her all the time, but then when they leave the house and go out to parties or something, like she has to be like, and like pretend their marriage is a commercial, like, and wear long sleeves to hide the bruises. Like that's a weird comparison, but that's how I felt. Was like, I'm so happy. I'm such a happy Scientologist. Like nothing's wrong. No, why? Everything's fine. Like it was fucking terrifying. It was horrible, and it is not my natural state. Like I'm not a good liar, and I'm not good. I mean, I can lie. Don't get me wrong. I definitely can do it, but I'm not comfortable doing it. It's not natural for me. And it's not a way that like I can lie here and there. Like, of course, I can lie to my kid about, oh, we had to reschedule the appointment because like I can do those little lies sometimes. But and now that he's older, I can't get away with that as much. When he was younger, I could be like, oh, they don't have any openings. Darn it. Like, okay. But I can't, like, huge being somebody else, playing a double agent like that was absolutely one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Mentally, it really effed me up. It did. It screwed me up because I was constantly around other Scientologists. I was constantly on the phone with Scientologists. I was surrounded by Scientologists. So it was I'm glad that it was 6 months of that. And I'm glad, honestly, it wasn't longer because that was very, very difficult for me. Yeah, Pat Jonas says, plus you were in an unhealthy marriage. And I was. In a lot of ways, I was having to play that commercial for a good marriage. Like, he wasn't physically abusive very much. My nerves were frayed. It was very like my nerves were shot. Yeah. But we did have to go to parties and I had to be like, I mean, you guys saw me do it on streams. And sometimes it wasn't terrible, but it was a bad marriage. And the jester stuff was really bad. And I knew that he was a part of that and I knew he was doing that. So it was hard to balance playing the Scientologist role, playing the wife that's not fucking hateful of her husband going to these sex parties. Like it was really hard for me to balance all of that, still keep Huxley afloat. Like it was difficult for me. It was really hard. It balled up my emotions all the time. And I remember not sleeping like hardly at all. It was so hard for me to just pretend like I'm not trying to get out of this abusive cult. So Andrew, thank you for, again, that prompted me to remember things. He says, incredibly brave of you to make the call for help. Can't imagine the strength it took. It took me several weeks. I watched the Aftermath show, I think in March or April of 2022. And then I reached out to Aaron, the Aftermath Foundation. I reached out to the Aftermath Foundation July 5th of 2022. So I watched that show many, many, many times over and over for a couple of months. And then I sat on it for a while and I was like, I felt like I was just stir crazy. I felt like I was just absolutely going a hamster on a cage, like on a wheel. I was like, I have to talk to somebody. I have to talk. It's not like you can walk into the org and go, I just watched this and I have questions and you guys better have some answers. Doesn't work like that. And I thought, I have to talk to somebody. It's not like I can talk to Jeff. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Like I had to reach out, but it was a leap, man. It was a serious leap. And I knew there's no going back. And there is a chance that you'll lose your life, your family, all of the people in it, if something goes wrong, and something went very wrong, right? Thank you, Topsy. I think those recordings will have a lasting impact. They're out there for now, never ends to hear. Yeah, I kind of want to play those again. There's a couple of them I didn't play. I mean, I've played them all, but there's a couple that I think we were going to play and never did. Yeah, Kim is Blue, your leap was worth it. I just hope to be used in some large capacity to help at some point. I know this channel does that, but it's not enough. I started on YouTube. I'm not going to end on YouTube. Like things are going to get bigger and I hope that I'm on other platforms and I think I will be. Like YouTube is just going to be a really tiny, I think, portion of this, but I hope to make myself very helpful in any capacity I can, especially when educating people on the dangers of Scientology. And I really hope that Again, I started here, but I think it's going to get bigger than here, and I hope it does. He's dreaming and farting. Even if he knew anything, the cellist lacked the compassion to really help you. He never would have helped me. He never would have helped me. You need to write a book, says Topsy. Thank you, Topsy. It's not a bad idea. I just don't consider myself much of a writer. The more us Neverin can understand, the more we can help those trying to get out. Yes, I love that, Jenny Sorensen. Yes, I agree with that. So that's the goal. And I just don't have it in me to do a Scientology talk every single day. I just don't. And that's not what this channel was intended for. But I do intend to amp it up a little bit. And I think we should. So tomorrow, that would be cool, Jojo. A new up-to-date documentary would be great about ex-Scientologist experiences. Yes. Heather, yes. Yeah, the Leah Remini show was my favorite, Heather. It was fantastic. Thank you, Kestrel. I wonder how many Scientologists feel the same way you did. Probably quite a few. Probably quite a few, if I had to guess. Thank you, Shelly. So tomorrow, let's do a stream. What is tomorrow? Is tomorrow Thursday? Yeah. If you guys are around, I'd like to go through some of those questions tomorrow. So let's do a stream in the afternoon if you're around to do that. I think, and for those of you that don't know, it was a list of questions that I was asked and I was interviewed on, and I was lucky enough to get the list. And so let's go through some of those. I would really like to do that. I completely forgot y'all started calling him the cellist. Yeah, the cellist. Amy Edge, Bo was so loud. I actually asked Jonah if he was okay. He just looked at me. Yeah, he's loud. He's a loud dreamer when he does dream, but he's also a big dog. Okay, Topsy, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I love you guys. Please hit subscribe on your way out. Thank you for the super chats, the memberships. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. I'm very grateful. Hey, Lisa Kelson, are you back home? We missed you. I hope you had a fun trip. But more importantly, always, I appreciate it so much. Like, it helps me and Huxley a lot. But your time, that's my love language. So your time, you sitting here taking the time for almost 2 hours to listen to me means everything. That's the most validating for me. Love you too, Jamie Palmer. Love you, Topsy. Kelly, much love from one of your Canadian friends. I love that. I had no idea there were so many Canadians. I love our Canadian friends. Kelly, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Thank you for that. Jessamine says, the cellist. It's awful. Love you, Stacy Toms. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Kat, love you, babe. Love you, Holly Olson. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And again, just thank you. Hit subscribe. Thank you for being here. Love you, Jenny Sorensen. And thank you, Heather. I think the pain is on its way out. Patricia, thank you again for your beautiful comment earlier. Good night, Aline. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for supporting me. I mean it. I mean it a lot. I love you guys. Here comes Fred.